We are in a world that is becoming increasingly atomized, and we're all becoming isolated.
It's a video game, but you play it on the internet. And so it's not just you sitting at home lonely, sitting in front of your flickering screen. So there are people there that are playing the game at the same time.
The term that a lot of people use to refer to these games is MMORPG, and that comes from, it's sort of built over time. So it started with RPG, which is a role-playing game, and then you put O on the front of that. Now you've got online role-playing game, and then the MM is massively multiplayer. So we have massively multiplayer online role-playing game. MMORPG, impossible to pronounce, but I call it Morpeg.
You go to a 9-to-5, job. You have bills. You've got mortgages. You've got kids. You've got, just the mundane existence of life.
A lot of players have what they perceive as dead-end jobs. They're paper pushers. They're nameless secretaries, and they log on to these worlds, and suddenly there's someone with power.
There were these people that I knew and that I talked to online, and I don't know if it's because I dropped everything and just moved out here, and maybe Anthony and Matt and Chris, they saw that and they just accepted me into their crazy little group.
For the longest time we called him Whack. And, they'd say, oh, Whack's moving out here. I'd be like, what? What, seriously? Doesn't he live in, California?
I think Andy was just bored, to tell you the truth. He said, hey, Indiana sounds fun.
I was sitting in the break room, the smoking break room, and I cracked my knuckles, in a manner much like this. And he goes, play video games? It's like, why? He's like, dude, that's how gamers crack their knuckles, man.
It's funny, but, these people that I'm friends with now are people that I've stayed friends with longer than almost anybody I've ever known in my life.
Andy he's the executive officer. He's the one that gets stuff done. My name is Matt. My friends sometimes refer to me as Nortala, Destroyer of Guilds. Forget dinner, let's just do this. This is fun.
All right, let's see if I can get it before my sap wears off. Come on. Sweet!
Nice. Chris very much plays the role of the expert. Anthony would be the morale officer. He's the one that's in charge of making sure that group harmony is maintained.
Damn it. Thank you. Good thing I had a dot on me. When you jump into World of Warcraft, it completely, it completely takes your head away from everything else.
Alliance wins! Alliance wins! Oh!
The Alliance wins the pennant.
Do you believe in miracles?
We live together, we eat together, we all work together. I'm not going to say we sleep together, but yeah, we do a lot together.
These guys are the closest friends I've ever had. I met the love of my life here, and I don't regret anything. I have no regrets.
I tend to think of synthetic worlds as a frontier, and we need to understand why populations are moving there. Now, it's not like people are moving physically there, but what's happening is the amount of time of attention that we have is moving there in very, very large quantities very, very rapidly. Well, most of these games, you start out with nothing. What if we had a world where everybody started at the same starting line? Daily life doesn't afford that kind of equality of opportunity.
Who doesn't want to, log into a game where you get to jump into a starfighter, and at the other end of the spectrum, go and slay dragons?
Humans want to be more than what they are. And we are driven to be more than what we are all the time. And this is one outlet to let people experience some of that.
An online game consists of kind of 3 phases. First I create a character, determine its sex, its general abilities. You level your character by getting experience points. You get experience points by killing creatures and doing quests. If I were to just start a new character today, levels 1 to 10 kind of go by in a blink. It just gets progressively longer from there. To reach the maximum level would take me a good couple of months. Once you do that, there's another kind of quest that opens up called a raid. There will just be a series of very complicated monsters to fight, which usually involves a much larger number of people.
To be a raider, having your gear is obviously, your ultimate motivation. I want to have all these epics or legendary items. I want to look badass. I don't think it's too far out there. Just say that, an MMO is a world within a world. I mean, it's a completely different set of rules. You're a completely different person while you're there. Just to have that kind of freedom and, be able to get away with it and not have anybody question you. I mean, it makes it a world in and of itself.
My name is Heather Cowan. I play Ashlyn Leodan, who is a Fury in EverQuest 2. She's just like an extension of myself in the game. It was like the games that I had played previously, except there were all these other people in the world that I could meet too, playing right along with me. I compare it with, being able to meet someone for dinner or something. We can sit there and talk in Ventrilo and actually go do something together. And it's more interactive than a phone call. I actually did meet Kevin in the Ventrilo channel.
My name is Kevin Keel, and I play Counting Zero. We met in EverQuest 2.
Isn't life such a funny thing?
There was always this very definite line that neither one of us crossed. It was always just a little in-game flirtation. And he flirted with the other girls in game too. Most of whom actually in our guild have significant others in real life.
I've had online relationships before, as far back as the mid-'80s, and I made a vow to myself never to have one again. And, 2 since that.
But I had just gotten over a long-term relationship. And I had met the person through EverQuest 1, actually. The guy that I met online in EverQuest 1, I did move to South Dakota to be with him. And I was in South Dakota for 2 years. That breakup was very hard.
The person turned out to be someone completely different from what they espoused to be, and was rather violent. The other person wielded a knife at me. In her defense, she did come from a really, really long way away. But still, no reason to wield a knife. Number 3 was a married woman with children who was supposed to be separated and wasn't. That was a roller coaster.
And then there did come the other guild member who was the first one in our guild, I think, that didn't have a significant other either.
Heather felt a little challenged by this other person.
She did flirt back. And it wasn't that other people hadn't flirted back with him, because that was the kind of guild that we have.
Girl X was flirtatious with me.
Why would I get so jealous, There's more going on here than a little flirtation, on my part at least. He hadn't given me any hints whatsoever. He was flirting with her, he was flirting with the married women, he was flirting with the ones that had boyfriends. Something happened, and I didn't notice, or I didn't want to notice. All of a sudden it became blazingly apparent. Suddenly saw the light.
And she was the one who put the first step forward.
I hadn't been drinking. I don't know. Full moon? I'm not sure. Just one night, it was very late. It was sort of temporary insanity. I sat there and looked at the tell I sent, and I thought, what did I just write? And can I take it back? And then there was this utter silence, for a moment too. And I thought, what have I done? So I guess if I hadn't had my temporary flash of insanity, my life would be different. I wouldn't be going to Houston on Friday. I wouldn't be meeting him in real life. I'm in love, definitely.
Ash is number 4. I made darn sure that she was not attached in any way and didn't have a violent history.
So we still have to meet in reality. Just a few more days.
My name is Derek Price. I met my wife.
And I met my husband.
In the Great Divide at Tismac 3.
Slaughtering cows like there was no tomorrow. That was it.
Then we met. And I swear my heart started hammering through my chest.
Meeting a single guy that's actual gamer outside of their house is like seeing that albino peacock out in the wild.
We met in EQ.
In EverQuest.
Yeah, like 5-6 years ago?
Yep, about 6 years ago.
First starting out with just, texting back and forth. I get a message from him, a private message, and he's like, you have to call me.
He made a comment to someone else that got back to me, and I thought it was kind of funny.
It started off as kind of like a blind date.
Then we went to the headsets. And then from there, we're like, why don't we do a little bit of, just seeing each other on the cameras. And then we just kind of started joking around. And from that, it just kind of grew into a big giant mess where now we're living 3,000 miles away. And
yeah, completely in love with each other and trying to figure out who's moving where and how things are going to work out.
My name's Dan. I just hit rock bottom. I was supposed to go to the Jersey Shore with some friends, but I missed my opportunity to go. I missed my ride. I had some other obligations. And I was sitting home during the afternoon, saying, well, let me take a ride over to the store and see if I can find a game. Behold, there was EverQuest on the shelf. I read the back of it. I said, well, I'd probably play this. Bought the game, brought it home, figured I'd give it a try. I noticed through the window night and day, and that was about it. And 3 days later, I realized I haven't even slept. I played the game really hard right from the get-go. From that point on, my life changed. If you do a /played in either game, you're going to come up with how many days you played, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds. And every day, of course, counts as 24 hours worth of time. So I would say, I know in WoW, it would have to be about 170 play days. I knew I was sick from playing it. I knew I had to stop. But well, it was like starting a new business. It's like a ground floor opportunity. Here I am, the same level as everyone else, just starting out in this game. I can take over this game. I can be the top player in this game if I keep playing it. I'm just going to keep playing. I'm not going to stop. And that's what I did. I mean, 14, 16 hours a day easily. I'd fall asleep in front of the computer, wake up, keep going. I would go across the street, buy 2-liter bottles of soda, and then when those bottles were empty, if I was in a raid or something, I wouldn't even get up to go take a piss. I'd just piss right in the bottle. I just piss in the bottle and then keep playing the game. I kept playing, and my whole life just fell apart. a good relationship. I just crushed that. I lost my business. I got foreclosed on my house. I wasn't making any income at that time, so I started making alternate accounts and power leveling them, selling them to make some money, selling some items, doing whatever I can to keep playing, keep the electric on, and keep the internet connection going. It got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. I became really depressed to the point where I was thinking about killing myself. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to end my life. I was thinking of ways I can do it because I couldn't face anyone. I just could not face my family or anything after all this. So I wanted to just kill myself.
My name's Sean Stalzer, and I'm Dragons. I'm the Guildmaster of the Syndicate.
Members of the Syndicate are from all over the world. We have a number of European members. We have a number in Australia.
We have 600 individual members.
The Syndicate started as a collection of people who are going to play online games. It has developed into a virtual community.
People don't think sometimes that these relationships are real, but they are.
It's more than just logging in and playing games.
I actually look at it like a family.
And we're like old friends, because we are.
Lately, I hang out with people online a whole lot more than I do with people in real life.
Most of my friends are definitely from the guild.
If you consider everybody in the guild a friend, that's 570 people. That's pretty damn tough to top in real life, you know.
And when you go to these monthly dinners and 20 people show up and you sit around and you're not just talking about gaming, you're talking about their job, their kids, you know, everything that's going on. Well, when you go to these conferences and 100 and some people show up and it's really impressive. And now you've got people that, you would never met this person in life because they live in Alaska or something, but yet they're there and you're meeting them and you're getting to build these actual friendships.
I'm Oliver Hirsch from Germany. I joined in August 99, which is quite a long time now, yes, so quite early.
I've been with the Syndicate for 1 year.
It's about 2.5 years now. I'm a senior veteran.
This is going on 4 years.
I've been there for 5 years.
Ancient veteran.
I am a legendary veteran.
Joining the Syndicate is like getting into Harvard. There's an interview process. You have to have the right SAT scores.
You kind of fill in, an application form, and then based on your answers, there's sort of a psychological test to see what kind of personality you have. When I applied to the Syndicate, believe it or not, I put together a resume.
The reality is we get more than 4,000 apps a year. If we want warm bodies, we can get warm bodies. Could have had 45,000 members by now. So we really focus on quality, and if we're not 100% sure, thanks, but now's not the right time.
LLTS is long live the Syndicate.
Long live the Syndicate.
Long live the Syndicate.
Long live the Syndicate.
Long live the Syndicate! Long live the Syndicate!
With the friendship of the guild behind us, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, whether it's in-game or real, we rule.
Less than 5% of people know the people who live next door to them in every direction. And why is that? Because the TV news tells us they're all crazy and are going to, you're going to get involved in their marital problems, or they're going to borrow your lawnmower and never bring it back, or whatever, right? You're going to get involved with some people that you don't know and you don't want to know. And so we've been alienated from other people. And if you look at all of human history, it's not like that. And what online games provide is this place where it's safe to get more intimate.
Fort Wayne is something of a gamer Shangri-La. There's hundreds of gamers, tabletop, online, any kind you can imagine in this city, they're here.
I met Anthony at a New Year's Eve party at his house when I was a senior in high school. That was about 3 years ago.
WoW was definitely on the third rung for me. It would definitely be my girlfriend, my work, and then probably my addiction to WoW.
hit the restroom.
What, Becca?
Is there napkins or anything out there?
Matt, was there TV in the bathroom the last time you were in there?
I didn't have occasion to look. Do we have more TP somewhere?
I don't know.
Look.
Matt's checking for you.
They're not just my roommates and they're her friends too.
Can't you just air dry? I don't think we have any. See if you can get enough scraps off of the...
There's like half a sheet.
Oh. Did you poo?
No.
Well, that's enough then, isn't it?
No.
Apparently it's not enough.
At first, actually, he kind of lied to me about playing. He would say he's going to hang out with friends, but he wouldn't tell me what it was because he thought I would think it was too much of a geek.
We all have our demons. We all have our hobbies.
If your fiance would ever pick up his phone, I'd tell him to bring home toilet paper.
When I get home at 9 o'clock every night, or 9:15 every night, I get online. I usually raid from as soon as I walk in the door because she's logged my character in.
The raid starts at 9, so this way if I log him in early, he's already invited and like ready to go.
So there's about 6 hours a night on World of Warcraft. And that's not counting the weekends where I'm off when I spend 8, 9 hours online or more.
All day long.
All day long. Like this last Sunday, I think I probably spent about 12 hours online. If we're waiting for a raid to start, she'll be sitting there balancing the checkbook.
Yeah.
Where's my receipts?
It's gonna be $70 for...
Do you want me to put that on the card?
Yeah, you might have to. Alright. Let's eat. I'm starving.
Until I met Carolee, there is no woman that I had met who was worth giving up gaming for. If Carolee asked me to give up gaming, I probably would. But the thing is that I know she won't.
I wouldn't. I know that's what he likes to do, and I wouldn't ask him to quit.
And that's why I love her. I mean, I have my priorities, and my priorities are her, and soon to be those. Them. Yeah, as you know, January 16th, 2007 is the official release of World of Warcraft expansion Burning Crusade. We, being the avid and dedicated gamers that we are, have decided that we are going to push as hard as we can to get as high a level as we can.
We get 7 sick days a year, so I'm using 4 of that to take off and play World of Warcraft. Right after work, we're heading over to GameStop. We're gonna start standing in line to pick up Burning Crusade.
I didn't realize until a couple weeks ago that he was actually taking vacation off for this, but I think it bothered me a little bit until I realized that, or he assured me that he still has enough vacation time for when the babies come.
We raided Walmart, stocked up on every bad for you but quick and easy to prepare food that you could imagine. Hot Pockets, pizza rolls, cheese-filled pretzel sticks, dinosaurs.
Matt, I'm talking about as little downtime as possible, so I need to get a cooler and ice.
Oh, are you serious? Oh my god, dude. I'm willing to at least walk to the fridge.
No, I don't need this right now. I won't need it till we're standing outside. You going to bed? You be okay with that tonight?
Yeah.
An obsession? Sure, but the question is, does the international addiction to an internet game represent a danger? Maybe, but there is also no indication that anything can slow the explosive growth of the intoxicating game called World of Warcraft. Now there's mania on top of madness for the game, and you've got to brace yourself for this. There's a new version that's about to erupt on the scene.
They're going to start selling tonight at midnight, and there are about 1,500 people in line here waiting for their copies.
So we have several thousand locations around the United States doing midnight openings.
I've never seen anything like this for a PC game.
Now I'm tripping from the Dr. Pepper rum I'm sipping. Watching the clock, I wonder where the time is ticking. Flipping on the tower and the damn thing scans automatically with virus enhanced spams. The victory ringtone blast from my phone. I pick it up without thought to hear a voice moan.
Baby, I need your floppy disk and my hard
I
drive.
hang it up cause my desktop's alive. I level up my druid when I'm playing World of Warcraft. Stomping anybody stepping close to my warpath. It got serious, I'm passing up booty so I can finish the quest cause that is my duty.
Alright, let's go and install. Alright, let's go install. Laters.
How many hours do you think we're going to be before you actually pass out in front of the computer?
I don't know. We'll see.
See? Because, you know, I'm betting on 18.
18?
18. I think 18 you'll pass out.
So that would probably be 6 at night tomorrow?
Yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow. That's fine.
I don't know if it'll last that long. We'll see.
I will.
No, I don't know if I'll last that long.
Dude, you got to outlast me. Come on. 30-year-old man here.
Narcoleptic fat guy. Jeez.
You know, now every single day it's, you know, just that little bit closer, and I know that, you know, I'm going to be traveling to the airport. I think we're both very much looking forward to seeing each other.
Yes, I'm very excited. Yes, I've got butterflies. Yes, I've still got stuff to clean up at the house. From now, I go home and I clean that damn bathroom out, and I clean the kitchen out, which are my two major issues.
My mother's really watched me go through hell, so anyone that loves me the way that I deserve to be treated is okay by her. As long as he's not an axe murderer. I did tell my seatmate that I was flying to my sweetheart in Houston.
I'll probably shave this thing off because she likes me clean shaven. Do I know what's going to happen? No. Do I have expectations of what's going to happen? No, not really. I know what could happen. Is it going to happen? Whatever happens, happens, because I trust her.
For both of us, the most important thing that you can fall for is the internal person. We both were willing to say we had fallen for each other, sight unseen. For the last few minutes, I just kept smiling.
I don't know, it was pretty straightforward. Getting to an airport, finding Continental, waiting by her luggage carousel, waiting on the escalator.
Isn't life such a funny thing? You never know if it'll bring you flowers like daffodils or rocks and hills to climb. Isn't life such a funny thing? Isn't life such a funny thing?
You're a whole lot shorter than I thought you'd be.
How could I be? I told you.
I know.
5'3". How could I be
know.
shorter than I told you I was?
You were 5'3".
I was 5'3".
You have what you feel online and, you know, as much as you can over the phone or long distance. But then you get that moment where you see each other in person. I don't know if it happens for everyone, you know, at that moment or whatever, but I knew when I saw her, you know, by surprise. Oh, and Zoini's given me the speech. I'm a dead man if I ever hurt you. No one ever comes to the guy's defense. They're never like, oh, if she breaks your heart, I'm gonna kill her. You never hear that.
If anyone's heart is broken, it's gonna be mine.
I think we both know it's gonna take some work to get us both together into the same city. So we'll need to figure something out.
One way or another, we'll figure something out.
Yep. Sounds like I'm moving to Florida. That's what that sentence means. Somewhere or another, we'll work something out. Shouldn't be much of a problem, now that I jinxed myself.
I looked on the internet through the searches. I found the Olga site. Just see so many other people going through the same thing. Started talking to Liz, and we started sending emails back and forth.
Dan was considering suicide. That's why he came here in the first place. Online Gamers Anonymous is a 12-step self-help group. We have a message board, which is a 24-hour meeting place for people affected by excessive gaming. And we're here to support each other get through this.
I can tell she was really dedicated to spreading awareness of the gaming.
I find that when gamers finally decide to leave the game, most of them have nothing, which means no insurance, no job, nowhere to go. The Safe Haven is a halfway house in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. If they're considering suicide or if they need help coming back into the real world, that we do have a place for them.
I went there, she picked me up at the train station. I came out here to see what can be done.
We are promoting healthy living, therapeutic exercises for them to do every day. That includes journaling. So they're actually writing to themselves, saying to themselves that, they want to leave the games. And they're willing to break their CDs to show it.
Liz, having been through AA herself, has put together her own, a program based on the 12 steps, 12 traditions.
Reading all the literature for addictions, I only changed one word, and that's just replace the word alcohol or drugs with gaming, excessive gaming. And it fits right in. I mean, it's just amazing.
It's like it just plants a seed in you, into your mind, and it's not only affecting you consciously, but it's also there subconsciously and just controlling you. For me, I really felt like I was a puppet on strings. There was somebody just pulling my strings.
When they were in the games, their brain was rewired. And depending how long they've been playing, it may never go back to normal.
It came to a point when I went outside and everything was just blurred, and my mind was just completely focused on the game. I would actually see the graphics of the game just played out in my head, and my ears, they felt like there was a voice just pressing my head. My ears would ring, and everything in the real world just began to look like it was fake. It did. The only thing that looked real to me anymore was watching the little animated figures run across the screen, and it's disturbing. It really is. And everywhere I turned, I would see something would remind me of the game. Many people say it's 90% denial. Once you can get past that denial state, you start to realize you can start making changes.
He just reminded me of all the gamers that I've ever known, including my son. Part of him was like so arrogant and, so brilliant that he couldn't see the other part of himself that was lacking, and that was his real life.
Feels like I'm 18 again, where I have my whole life, like I had to plan for my whole life over again, which I'm not 18 anymore. So it makes it a little harder. I mean, I'm 35 now, and here I am starting over again because of a game, because of a video game.
It's designed to get the people in there and to keep them there so the gaming companies can make more money. That is the purpose of these games. That is what the result is supposed to be. So when it happens, you know, don't be shocked. You're falling into corporate strategy.
So we have to look inside the virtual worlds and see that there's between $2 and $20 billion of already built up assets. That might boggle the mind, but imagine a game of Monopoly that never ends and has 10 to 20 million people in it, and they're all spending all of their time doing this. Pretty soon, the value of all those properties in there is going to get astronomical.
Not the subscription fees that you're paying to the game company, but just gold pieces being sold back and forth between players, powerful weapons that one player is selling to another. You might sell an entire character to someone. So what you've done by spending is that you've short-circuited that process and leapfrogged your character forward.
Money? Why are hardworking people coming home from their jobs instead of buying real things, spending it on a virtual sword?
If you really think about it, this breastplate that dropped off a monster I killed is really worth, 55.7 hours. It's really what it boils down to. It's not money, it's time.
A gold farm is a factory-like operation that hire people to play online games in order to gather virtual currency, which they will later sell for real-world currency.
A lot of people refer to companies like ours as gold farmers. That's a word that the media loves to use. You could say outsourcing. People are getting us to do something for them.
我叫刘胜芬，我是做游戏代练这一行业的。主要是负责游戏代练魔兽。
EA for Games is a U.S. company that provides services to the MMO gaming community. We just try to bring the U.S. standard to China to make it work here.
What value is there in a piece of chainmail that doesn't physically exist? Again, whatever value you place on it.
It's like getting a car wash. If your car is dirty, you can spend 1 or 2 hours washing your car, or you can just pay somebody and they'll wash it for you. You don't have to spend that time. You could use your time to do something else that's more productive to you.
The transaction of virtual good is really like a food chain. At the bottom of the food chain is the gaming workers who go into a virtual game and try to collect virtual assets as much as possible.
他的工作时间在东北那，他的工作时间都非常长的，有时候都达到上20个小时。
Most of them, they don't give the workers any day off, at most 1 day off per month. And also they're paid quite little.
就是我以前在那做代练的时候，他们的工资都是也有时候迟了几天才发的。 他那的工资也比较少。
On a lot of these gold farms, it is a very gloomy atmosphere. I want to have the workers have a sense of unity instead and help each other out. One of the ways is just by taking them out to have fun company outings.
连续的原地转身，2个、3个、4个、5个。
At night, we go out to the KTVs and they all sing.
For us, the most important thing is that we can provide a good service to our clients and that their accounts are safe with us. We proxy through US Server, and nobody's ever been banned using our service.
It's against the terms of service to buy gold from like with using real life money. You're not allowed to do that. So people that get caught doing that get their accounts suspended or banned.
In some sense, this is again an industry that sort of exploits the cheap labor resource in China and the consumption fever in America. I think gold farmers is more like virtual immigrants that cause some anxiety among regular gamers who are the natives.
I understand they're just trying to do their job, but they're usually a huge nuisance. I've in-game shouted, "Get out of my game, you goddamn farmer," and I just repeat it back to them as fast as I could.
How do you identify gold farmers? And they'll say, well, I go to an area and I see a player who is doing something that's highly suspicious and repetitive. I talk to them in English. If they speak in English, I'll leave them alone, but if they don't speak English back, I'll try to harass them. It's not the behavior per se that's the litmus test, it's the language fluency. And here you have a fantasy world of ogres and elves where suddenly people are made Chinese.
Whenever they see someone, who is just, farming for gold, they automatically assume it's a Chinese gold farmer. There's probably some basis in reality for that.
Podcasting to all of Azeroth, this is World of Warcast. I'm Starman.
And I'm Renata.
And we're on Countdown to Burning Crusade. No matter who you are, no matter how much gear you have, you're starting over again.
And everyone's keeping track. Who's got the highest level this? Who's got the highest level that?
Everybody's a noob again, almost.
It's probably guys who live next door to their local game store and installed it right away.
Let's go home. We're wasting valuable install time.
You'll be fucking fine.
Jesus. 22 people called in sick today. The vast majority of them WoW players.
It's a strange phenomenon, the obsessive drive that I think, semi to truly hardcore MMO players have. You don't want to get behind the curve.
Right now, maximum level is 70.
If there is an end goal to be reached or something further to be reached, you try to get there as fast as you can.
I want to try and get as close to 68 as possible this week. We'll see what happens, but I mean, if I can hit to 61 before I go to sleep, that'll be a good start.
Alright, good luck, guys. I'm taking off. Loser! Because I have to work?
Yes.
Okay.
That makes me better than you.
Hate you guys.
I've dozed off at the keyboard once, but I'm not done yet. Andy sounds pretty tired too.
My brain is not functioning. 61. I accomplished my goal.
Matt's starting to get kind of cranky.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Matt is behind on gear and on levels right now.
Not that it's a race, but, I like to win. I had a moment of weakness and allowed myself 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep.
What the?
This is the highest level crackhead in the guild so far. How's that?
Oh, that guy. Bright eyes?
Yeah.
It was a race, and I lost. Andy out hardcored all of us. I don't remember if he actually hit 70 before he had to go back, but he was so much further along than any of the rest of us.
Everyone just cracked out on WoW for straight, 2 weeks. There was no, socializing, there was no movies, there was no stopping to play Guitar Hero. That was, we were just
focused.
I'm really excited about the twins coming. It's not been determined if I'll be in the room or not, but I hope to see them soon after. I would love to be in the room, but that's really up to Andy and Carolee. It's such a miracle every time a baby's born, and it's scary and it's exciting, and that's why I love my job.
Your hands are cold.
Sorry.
You're so far along. 8 months. You getting ready to be done? I've been ready.
You can just see the little part right here. The rest of it's so squished that...
I don't know if anyone would ever be ready to handle twins. I don't know how much I am, actually, but I think he's gotten his head wrapped around the idea, in the past 7-8 months, so I guess we're as ready as we'll ever be. It's gonna affect...
Babies will be in bed by 8 o'clock. Race starts at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that, I probably won't be able to play hardly at all.
I'm gonna probably try to cut down to 3 nights a week of raiding at the very most. There's no way that I can expect her to take care of them by herself. There's absolutely no way. And I know that she knows that I'm going to need me time, which is basically what raiding is these days. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to schedule out Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. Hoping.
It's all about getting on a schedule, though. Would I mind if he played this at this rate for the rest of his life? Absolutely. That would make me a gamer widow.
Certainly with gaming and gaming widows, we can kind of do the tongue-in-cheek, isn't that funny? But the reality is that divorce, relationship breakups are very significant among online gaming users and or addicts. Even if they're just users, unless that significant other is involved in the game, they're usually feeling pretty shut out.
Only a gamer would be able to understand the mindset of another gamer.
It just comes down to this. We had something more than EverQuest in common. Yeah. There was more than EverQuest there, but EverQuest was something we could do together, and it really helped cement the relationship.
When we moved in together, I just felt that, this is the person. I knew so much about him already that it just seemed natural.
You never really know somebody until you live with them. And I was just like, we're going from living 3,000 miles away to 3 feet away. That's scary. And I was just like, I don't want you to just move out here for me, because if you do and we don't work out, I don't want you to blame me and saying, well, you made me come out here and now I have no life. I hate you.
Now this is we're actually doing it. It's certainly a tough thing to leave everybody behind, all of your family and everything that you've known, and move away.
This is the most romantic thing that anyone's done for me. What could be more romantic than someone coming all halfway across the United States to be here for Valentine's Day? Your soap opera client?
I have many. That's why I don't need to watch soap operas. I have cool clients that have wonderful, exciting lives. So.
Kevin arrives tonight.
I was going to say, is he here yet?
No, he'll probably get here about 8:30 or 9.
Oh, cool. But he was driving, right?
Yeah. And of course he hasn't had very good weather today, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, not a good day to be driving.
What I've been doing for the last 2 days is going through straight and pure unadulterated hell to get to Heather.
Sorry I missed your calls. I just got out of the massage therapist.
Started out in a huge thunderstorm. My car learned how to water ski up a friggin' bridge. Quite honestly, I didn't think I would make it here alive yesterday, so I'm doing good right now. Valentine's plans is be with her. I know we're going to lunch. Maybe I'll cook something up then. I don't know. Haven't arrived there yet, though. Haven't proven that either of us is still living when I get there. If I get there. Does this show commitment by, displacing yourself from the place that you've lived all of your life and giving up most of your worldly possessions, stripping only down to the basic necessities?
She would definitely be the biggest change in my life. Well, other than that, switching from briefs to boxers, that was pretty huge too. Just kidding, I switched to boxers a long time ago. What's next? I find a job, we get a house together or an apartment or something. If anyone thought, that it was different finding love in virtual reality, it's just not true. It's as unexpected as it is in the real world.
It was moving day. We had so much to move. Where is Kevin right now? That's a good question. When he's upset about something, he likes to go be by himself for a while. So, since we had a little bit of an argument this morning, he's off. Hopefully, he'll come back and not hate my futon. That would be nice. Well, Kevin, you never consider anything, that I might need either. I have to work 2 hours of overtime every day this coming week, while you're going to be sitting in your car or doing whatever the hell it is that you do after you get off work. Why bother to come back if you feel like it's such an unsafe place? I'm sure it's an issue of trust, and you not trusting me. So I don't want to hear about trust.
It was just certain actions that he would take. He would be unavailable for discussion. It drove me crazy because I'm somebody who tries to fix things.
Learning how to be a better person online, can translate into being a better person in real life if you're just willing to take the steps. And it's just stepping out of your comfort zone. I'd say it's just a matter of confidence. That's all it is. Confidence in action. So sometimes the transitions happen just naturally. It doesn't take effort at all once the effort has been made online. Maybe online, you've already established a new comfort zone with, what you're willing to do.
My parents are going to want to get all the furniture, set up and put in place as soon as they get back. I promised you that I would never leave as long as you could talk about things.
What? When did that addendum get added on? She'd
I told you there was
footnoted that in little sales print. I'm like,
oh, Kevin.
When did that ever happen? No. No, it was no matter what. Period. Not no matter what, but so long as we're able to talk things out. That's some old bullshit.
It is not.
That's some old.
Because I
You
could
smell that?
Oh.
That's
I could tell you exactly when I said that. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to say that love won't conquer all, but you do realize the things that love probably won't conquer, that you just have to either learn to live with or learn that you can't live with.
I told Liz that I'm going back to Philly, I'm leaving. She said to me, she's like, oh, well, why would you go back there? Your family don't care about you. Nobody will care about you like I do. And that's what she said. And right from there, I was like, all right, I'm out of this place. This is too much.
Online Gamers Anonymous. I don't think it helps. When I left there, I just went back to the game.
I'm 36, I'm unemployed, and I got a fucked up back. Don't let that hold anything against me. I'll just play the game. I'll be alright.
With these gamers, they have no attitude of gratitude for anything, and for all that I was doing for him, and I had a friend who was helping me, I mean, he did not say thank you for one thing.
Introduced me to everyone as the gamer. I felt like wearing a fucking dunce hat saying, the gamer. No, it's just, I hated that shit. You want me to go back in the real world and have a normal life, but yet, here I am, the gamer. Your charity fucking case.
He was going to get the press involved and tell them what a horrible person I was, and I'm like, you know, I really don't need this. And even the other gamer that stayed with me, you know, it was the same thing. It's like, no matter what you do for him, it's never enough. And that's how my son was too.
There's no safe haven. Safe haven wasn't nothing. Safe haven was her house. She actually accepts donations for her safe haven. I was the only person ever there. The back one job, the keg was right there at the keg table.
Talking about the one that was in the front room.
Yeah.
When you left here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the table made out of? It was wood or it was sheetrock, wasn't it?
I didn't have anything. The only thing I had was a piece of sheetrock that I had to cut apart because I put my head through the wall when I was drunk. So the half of that, and then I had the keg. So we just put the sheetrock on the keg. And then that's what he used as his computer desk for a while.
So what did you think when I started playing WoW? She's got her own addiction. It's called the ball. It's all about the ball. Do you feel like you ignored any of your responsibilities when you started playing with the ball?
So this is why you didn't work today, huh?
I told you my back hurts.
Back hurt. What? It's only bad from playing video games so damn much.
No, that's not true. Really.
What are you, drunk?
No, don't be saying that. I didn't hurt my back from playing video games.
I made it up. He was really lifting weights.
That's right.
He tried to squat
iron.
500 pounds and he back went out.
That's right. I was pumping iron.
He never had a program. Dan never had a program. That's why he relapsed. He did not get a program when he was here.
There wasn't much I could do during the months of like October, November. I could barely walk, so it was pretty much just set in front of the computer.
I've been having a lot of problems with my back. I have a walker that I kept by the chair, one of those little old lady walkers. And I used that to get myself up. I gained like 40 pounds since last June, so I've been doing a lot of walking and shit. I still can't work yet. And I've been hurt for so long, I can't make any money. If I get a job within a month, I'm gonna have to. No matter what, I'm just gonna have to bear with any pain. I'm just trying to pull myself together.
It's like, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And every gamer I've met wants everything done for him. I cannot be around people who choose to stay sick. 'Cause it's a sponge, and if they will drag you down with them.
You know, everybody's growing up, and everybody's moving on. You know, Beck and Anthony got a house they're moving into in about 2 months. And
this kind of thing is so different for me because for the last 5 years, all I've done is sat around and game and drank beer and hung out with my friends, really. Worked from time to time, jumped jobs a little bit. And then now I got the house and getting married, and it's just things are really changing. Yeah, it's a completely different chapter of my life.
I think it'll be different for you living with me. Someone that, I mean, that you love instead of two guys that...
What are you talking about? I love the guys.
I know you love them, but in a different way. So we're back in operating room number 2. We have 2 in the birthplace. And pushing, and she pushed
Nicholas out. Made sure that the other baby was head down. Alexander, she pushed and Alexander came out and I cut the cord. It was hard for Andy. In postpartum, they let him have the room and stay there with the twins, but so much was going on, and
I really didn't get a whole lot of chance to kind of bask in the glow of new fatherhood, though, because of stuff that happened with Carol Lee. It went straight from elation to fear.
we gave all the medicines we could. There's like 4 different kinds, and she had them all more than once, and it didn't work. And we opened her up and explored where the bleeding was from, and
I don't know. It's a really hard feeling to describe.
Oh my gosh, you know, she could die.
I've never been so afraid of losing something in my life.
Thankfully, I don't remember much of the surgery.
I could see everything changing. It was starting to drift away from the game. It's gotta happen. People grow up. I'm not demoralized. I'm a little disappointed, but, you know, I'm not gonna go cry myself to sleep or anything.
My experience is the vast majority of people, the way they act in online is how they really are. You know, not how they act around their friends in real life, but how they really, deep down, truly are.
If you spend as much time as we do gaming with other people, you do. It's like meeting them inside out.
You let go, and it's a lot easier to open up, I think, if you're not worried about, oh, what do they think I look like?
It's a woman, let's say she's 23 years old, and she's heavy set. And she lives in a small town, and she's got to take care of her mother, so she can't move out of that small town. And since she was 11 years old, she's been at the bottom end of the social ladder. She goes online and can choose a different body, not the heavy-set one, and suddenly the angel that's inside of her is released and becomes validated by these other people who have no idea what she looks like. I can't blame that person for spending a lot of time in a synthetic world. Yes, I agree that there's a problem in that situation, but the problem is not with her. It's with us.
You know, some people are real nervous in person, and there isn't any of that online.
You know, I'm funny, I'm witty. I'm way more funny when I'm typing than I am when I'm actually just talking to people.
Typing out, you know, I love yous and things like that. Of course you feel something inside.
Yeah.
People get to know each other faster, or at least they think they do. They tend to reveal secrets about themselves way faster. And so everything happens in fast forward online.
Whenever I got on the game, I ended up walking out with 20, 30, 40 friends, and people just know me right off the bat. Like, oh, wow.
I guess I'm surprised that they feel like real memories. Sometimes I'll think about, you know, a certain event that happened, and it feels as real a memory as, let's say, going to a friend's wedding.
When you're in the guild and you've helped somebody out for so many years, you know, without actually meeting them, that people are ready to throw down things to help you out.
It's not just about games, it really is about community, which is really what it's about anyway, I think.
A lot of times when people talk about video game players and MMO players, they try to collapse everyone into one kind of person.
There's so many people involved in this that, you know, it's your brother might be a gamer, your mom might be a gamer, your friends at school are probably gamers, your grandma might even be a gamer.
Policemen, firemen, teachers, lawyers, doctors, yeah, it runs the gamut.
There's something for everyone out there. You know, even if you don't like, you know, doing fantasy MMOs or something, there's all types. I think it is becoming more and more popular.
As you end up with more people from more walks of life, you end up getting a cross-section of personalities who play, right?
I mean, and there are people that take things way too seriously, and that includes online games. I mean, people have problems. I mean, people all over the world have problems, and it's easy to escape them in anything, and MMOs is one of them.
It's hard to recover. Going through healing is difficult. You have to strip a lot of stuff in your real life, and it sucks, and it makes you sick physically, and it's not easy to do. And I just find too many people are not willing to go through it, and they'll just keep on with their drug of choice so they don't have to deal with it.
I'm unemployed, in debt, and playing WoW 14 hours a day. Yeah, I feel like a crackhead. Got no gas, the electric's getting shut off.
I have experience on keeping the game going. We'll keep it going for you. I know what to do.
I mean, it kind of bothers me that he doesn't play, because, you know, it kind of talked me into playing. So it's like, as soon as I started, he stopped. Unless, like, me playing helps him feel better or something. I don't know.
I don't know, it just kind of fizzled out, like a fucking spell going on. I mean, I used to be in a lot better shape. I used to make money. I did things. If I wanted to go somewhere, I went somewhere. You know, I gotta overcome this. I think a lot of it's mental, you know, it's just like mentally dragging me down. Been trying to lose some weight. I'm using a program. It's called Diet Power. I started it at 245. I'm hoping to get down to at least 200 by May. I really don't like playing the game anymore either, so it's not. It's to the point where I feel like, damn, I should be getting paid to do something like this.
I kind of lost the urge to go outside sometimes. You know, it's just like, I'd just rather be in, because they get so into it. It's like an alcoholic. They don't say they drink every day. Or if they drink every day, it's a little. A little to them isn't a little to other people, you know. I don't get all into it where I'm running around, you know, talking like an elf or something, like certain people do. I think the people who roleplay got more of a problem than the other people.
This is Sean's graduation picture, and he was happy to be out of school, and then he was going to go pursue his dreams in the real world. Sean started playing EverQuest in February of 2000, and within 3 months it started affecting his real life. He lost his job. 6 months later, he was evicted from where he was living. He wasn't trying to find another job. He wasn't going to go on to school. He was just playing this game through the whole thing. After he got evicted, I let him come back home and took him to a therapist then. In the therapy, I was bringing up the game as a problem. So he gave Sean the green light that there was nothing wrong with his gaming. It was all in my head. I just finally got fed up with it, and I made him leave. And I got him involved in a long-term support program and diagnosed him with depression and schizoid behavior. The definition to me was like describing a computer nerd. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people like this.
Don't fucking waste your fucking day, your fucking night, every fucking waking moment in front of the fucking computer just because the game is there. Big fucking deal. Crack is there on the street, we might as well just go smoke that. Oh wait, that would actually take physically moving and socializing with somebody. Maybe the fucking crackhead's more of a fucking person than the fucking video game player.
And so I believe the issue in the game was that he was in a relationship with somebody. Well, in the games, you don't know who's on the other end of your character. Just because it's a woman doesn't mean it's a woman on the other side. And that day he had made this character called I Love You. And when I looked at it, I just burst out crying because it was in his own image. It was a picture like himself. And so I went over to his place again, and then I went around and tried to look through the bedroom window, and I was pounding on it and everything, and he didn't answer. I just thought he just didn't want to talk to me. I came back the next day and knocked, and he didn't answer it again. And this time when I went to open the door, I could tell that he hadn't touched it since I'd been there the day before. And so then I'm like, oh shit. And then I was like, I opened it and I could smell something. And then it's like, I went home and got the screwdrivers and the crowbar to break open the door, because I knew that if the police went in there, they weren't going to let me see him. So I went in and I broke it open, and there he was sitting on the rocking chair in front of the computer with the EverQuest game on it, and he'd shot himself. And it was because of the game. And
there's better things than this. I'm not settling for this shit. I'm not settling for this fucking floor, nothing. This is all temporary. I don't know what you want to call it, game addiction or selfishness. You need to shut the fucking computer off. You need to get some check-in, get some help, get back to what's important, and that's the people in your real life.
If I'd known then what I know now, this is what I would have done different. I would have went into his apartment with the crowbar and smashed his computer. I would have.
They let you be who you want to be, with no limits basically except for the game mechanics, and even gender, you can be whatever gender you feel like being. It really lets you be free from your physical body, and I like that.
If you were to meet me somewhere else in real life, in the wheelchair, you would jump to conclusions. Good or bad, you would, and that's not, it's human nature.
These video game environments may actually be holding up a very critical eye to the society that we have out here. That it might be saying something deeply and dramatically negative about the kind of world we have built out here. If we lose hundreds of millions of people to these synthetic environments, that would be a terrible condemnation of the kind of world we've made out here.
We lost electricity last week. We had power to everything but the basement, the back room where the computers are, and our bedroom. We still had power, like in the bathroom, kitchen, and living room upstairs. So he takes an extension cord from the bathroom to hook up his computer, just so that he can play while the power's still out. That is addicted.
No, it's not. I was here, I didn't want to watch TV. What's the difference if I watch TV or if I sit out there and play WoW? What's the difference?
Now that Anthony and Becca's PCs have been moved out, it's full of clutter. They took the couches with them.
Can we say that we had to rearrange a lot of stuff when Anthony left? Used to be other places? Yeah. I used to have a bed. And a dresser.
He and Becca are getting married in a month, and then they'll have kids and we'll never see him again either. And it'll be just me and my hetero life mate, Matt.
I'm used to going to weddings, but I can't believe this one is happening to me. Like, how much is my lifestyle actually going to change? I guess I won't know until it happens, right? It's kind of a weird feeling. I'm like, this is my bachelor party. I want it to be awesome.
This festival got bigger. Is it my imagination or did it get bigger? I think it got bigger. It is the best festival in the country.
Mission accomplished.
Yes. It was a great bachelor party.
While we were there, Andy was saying jokingly, I could be playing WoW right now, and I've out-leveled this content.
And Chris made the comment that this is real life, Andy. Welcome to it. And I said I've out-leveled this content.
I'm a broke-ass father of two, but in game I'm pretty darn comfortable. In game. You know what, I'm not terribly rich. I don't have the newest car, I don't have the best computer system, I don't have any of that stuff. But in game, nobody knows that, and I'm not judged on that.
How many times in a relationship where you don't have any really bad times do you ever have those really, truly good times? Those times that are just so incandescent that they stick in your memory forever, where you just know that's the person that you were meant to be with. I told Kevin at one point that I had this idea that we would meet at the EverQuest Fan Fair.
We are at the Sony Online Entertainment Fan Fair 2007. Yeah! At the Rio in Las Vegas, baby.
Well, we both had definite ideas of how we expected things to go, and we had to adjust to each other's expectations.
I think you're still adjusting.
Ditto. At a fan fair, you're going to get people that really love the game. You always get to see what's coming before everybody else does. And you do find true hardcore nuts there.
They've stationed people around the hotel that are playing non-player characters.
I'm here, I'm drunk, I'm ready to talk to you.
And we go and get quests from them, which are really usually puzzles related to the lore of the game.
Yeah, you're not the Heather that I knew a year ago, but that's okay. You're the Heather that you are.
Wow. And I had a lot to learn about Kevin, too.
Oh, she's still got a lot.
Whichever team gathers the most gold coins by the end of the quest wins.
Is there a jump at the end?
Yeah, you do a little flow.
Our love is more all-encompassing of the complete person that we know now.
I don't think we know each other completely yet.
I kind of like that we met in the virtual world.
It really just felt right. We knew each other so well.
Her personality struck me so hard that I didn't want to be with anyone else.
He'll start to say something and I'm thinking the exact same thing. It happens all the time.
Soulmates.
Yeah, I think so.
It was actually love at first sight, I think.
closest thing I've ever had to it. Because as soon as we met each other, everybody else in the room sort of got invisible.
Isn't life such a funny thing? You never know if it'll bring you flowers like daffodils or rocks and hills to climb.
I was like 265. Now I'm about 180. I'm gonna gain a few though. I want to get to 165 probably by February.
So that's what I eat, man. I gotta make life-changing decisions there. I mean, I could have been blown out like I was, or I really don't get it. Why do fucking people? Why did I do it? Waste my time in front of that fucking game so long. It's just so stupid. Life's too good. Life's way too good.
Yeah, so I still play WoW like a crackhead. Yeah, now that I'm unemployed, I have nothing else better to do. I haven't been on a scale in a long time, but it was like, what, 180? And the last time I looked, I was like 230, yeah. So yeah, I gained a lot of weight, and then Dan got away from the game and never looked back. He stopped playing, he got a job, and grew up, I guess.
He hasn't lost enough to realize that it's up to him to make the change, make things happen. Once I started getting my back together, I was like, it felt like a second chance in life. Why waste it in front of the game?
Nah, I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but I probably figure I'm playing like 18 hours a day. No, there's nothing else to do, I don't really go out and hang out with my friends no more. It sucks. I'm about to have a kid. Girlfriend's like, he's not playing WoW. I'm like, as soon as he turns 3, he's playing WoW. Shut up. I just didn't expect it all to come down like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the wedding, so at this time, would you please take your seats? We're about to start the wedding, so at this time, would you please take your seats? Thank you.
That was possibly one of the geekiest weddings that I've ever seen.
I thought it was cute.
You thought it was cute, and they had me on the regular wedding. I had tears in my eyes, and then they went to go play EQ2, and I'm like...
From this time forward, you share the name Stormslayer. Two people are one. Garthan, Quadra. I now pronounce you husband and wife on the lands of Nora. You may now kiss the bride.
I think we worked through some pretty big hurdles, so I think we know we can pretty much climb I was going to say Everfrost, because I'm still thinking EQ2, but it's Everest.
Henceforth, you will no longer be two, but one. By the authority committed unto me as a minister of the Lord's church, I pronounce that they are husband and wife. Anthony, you may kiss your bride.
I have my 9 to 5 back. 9 to 5, does it sound great? Not always. But my 9 to 5 is great. I have my health back. I'm strong again. I am the person that delivers hope on a silver platter to myself. I can be inspired by other people. I can move through other people's suggestions. I can be guided through other people's past experiences. But ultimately, it is me. And even on a night like this, dead-ass night like this, I enjoy being out here more than I do being inside the computer. And that's just the way it is.
In my mind, a competition is afoot between synthetic spaces and this, which we call the real space. We have one world that seems to be more fair and more fun for lots of people than our real world. And if that's true, it remains to be seen, but if that's true, that means we could have hundreds of millions of people spending lots of time in there, which would have dramatic impact, obviously, on life out here.
Gaming really can be looked at, maybe not a reflection of the real world, but as a complement to it. Just in the same way that there have been sports teams and fraternal societies and religions and all these other things that were central to some people's lives, that filled certain needs. It's not a replacement for real life, but gaming is just another part of it, another expression of real life.
Anthony, ever since I moved here, from me kicking you off your couch in your one-bedroom apartment to you and Becca being there with Carolee and I from my son's being born, I couldn't ask for a better friend.
Anthony's a lot more of a dreamer than I am. He has these grand designs. He's got kind of a, I don't know, almost like a progression mapped out for himself. Good, bad, or otherwise, it's not me. Andy and Carolee, I have the twins. Still working and struggling with that. You know, raising them, finding time to sleep and exist as people themselves.
You know what? Maybe my time could be better spent doing things other than playing video games. But maybe your time could be better spent doing other things other than going out to the bar and drinking, 12 beers every night. Or maybe your time could be better spent doing things other than sitting out in the garage working on a car every night. Maybe your time could be better spent than watching football at Sports Center every night. We're gamers, It's what we do. It's who we are, and it's how we choose to live our life.
I don't know. Don't see any other big changes on the horizon. I am still playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. Okay. I was a youngin', maybe 7 or 8, when I was up late playing games 4 hours straight. Babysitter on the couch trying to get a freak on. I'm passing level after level thinking I'ma be Pong. But little did I know they didn't have any endings. Every couple of levels I would go back to the beginning. Hard lesson to learn, but I recovered fine. Couldn't beat Pitfall and got tired of trying. But when the NES came around, I had to get down. If you ain't have it on the block, then you was bound to get clown. My game was Super Mario, I played it to death. First to get 100 men kicking turtles on the step. Learned that from Game Pro, but it's a shame though. Nowadays video games ain't the same, bro. Too complicated and they ain't worth the price. You know something, they a lot like life. And that's why I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. Follow me here. Say I don't care, 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 I don't care. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but game in front of me. My peoples wanted none of me. Ran skills in video games, they couldn't front on me. Mom knew how to punish me. Take away the cords till I thought they used the AC adapter from my keyboard. That's when I knew that it was something amazing. My boys would get in trouble, I was cool cause I stayed in. Latchkey kid, home alone like Macaulay. And 20 years later, hosting Halo parties. Cause I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to.
Songs for anybody who's ever been teased for being a nerd. Don't sweat it, it's gonna be alright, man. Fads come and go, but intelligence, it never went out of style. Keep reading them books though. But lose the suspenders and the pocket protector. Mega Ran signing off.